Hello everyone, Artemu the Violet Wizard here, and today we are continuing Rayman Origins. Last time we made our way through Gourmandland, which was quite the amazing place for us to explore. And today we're going to be heading off into a new world. It feels so good to be back to playing this game again. Especially with what we got coming up, because we got another really awesome world to explore. So we head into World 4, the Sea of Serendipity. I always really like that word, it just is very nice to say. Let's head off to the first level of this world, Port of Panic. As you can obviously tell, this area is going to be water-themed. And ooh, starting on a pretty hectic note here. It's got this little beachside area that is obviously looking pretty attacked by some enemies around here. So definitely want to deal with all that. So we can just drop down on these guys from the rails. Okay, that did not go as I planned. So yeah, we got a lot of people around here we gotta help out, which we shall take care of in just a bit. So for this session, as you can obviously tell, I've switched back to playing as Rayman. So we're gonna be alternating between playing as Rayman, Glowbox, and the Teensies throughout this playthrough. And for this world, we're gonna be playing as Rayman. So that's how I wanted to do things as this stream is structured. So managed to help out some Electoons over here. We can grab some more Lums from these coral structures that are going to be all around here. So definitely pretty interesting starting things off on such a hectic note. So we can see that the residents of this area are the same species as Glowbox, as these red toad guys. Definitely want to help them out as much as we can, because we can obviously get some nice rewards. Sadly, we're not going to be able to get a lot of things here on our first visit due to we don't exactly have the easiest way of being able to traverse the water, so there's not much we can do about that at the moment. Obviously, we got these fish guys to deal with. See if we can grab that. At least we're able to grab a few of these. I'm thinking that if we can get this platform over, if we can move this one a bit farther, we could potentially be able to wall jump in order to grab these guys, but yeah, that is rather tricky here. Yeah, this is really tricky. I don't know how we're supposed to do this right here. Come on. Let's just move on. We got another nymph to save over here. Let me out! So we'll definitely want to go after you, so we can get something really nice that's going to help us out in this world. Just smash away some of these dark tunes while we're at it. So now our target has jumped onto a pirate ship, and we got to just make our way through here in order to save the nymph. Sadly, we did miss a coin, so I'm Not really happy about that. So yeah, we are definitely having a bit of trouble here. Sweet. Okay, we missed quite a bit. Can we just die here so that I can actually try to grab the stuff we need? Come on. Guys, I want to hang low here to grab the coin. There we go. There's another one here we can just barely grab. And there we go. Yeah! Power to dive! So by saving this nymph, we now have the ability to dive underwater, which is definitely going to be helpful to us, allowing us to explore the Sea of Serendipity a lot better than we would before. And this will also help us explore some of the other worlds that have water in them much easier. So, the nymph that we rescued here to get the dive, her name is Annetta Fish. As in, a net of fish. Yeah, this game sure loves its puns, doesn't it? I'm all for it. Oh, another reason that I love this world, the music. This is so good. Just makes you feel very eager to just dive and relax in the waves. It's such good as a way to get you pumped for what we're doing here in the waters. Also, just playing around with a fish here is a pretty nice little visual here. So this game was initially released on the Nintendo Wii, and it was definitely very impressive for its time on a technical level. So while we're in the water, there's a lot of different secrets that you'll want to watch out for here. There is so much that you're able to do. There's also some enemies that are going to be hiding amongst the good fish here that we'll want to strike down. So we'll be sure to whack all of these guys. It's also nice that we obviously have an attack we can do while underwater, which is very good for dispatching various enemies that we'll be seeing around here. And trust me, there's going to be a lot of threats that we need to deal with underwater, so definitely want to make use of our abilities here. And that should be the last of those Electoons that we need to worry about until we get to the end of the stage. So yeah, you can obviously tell by the tone of my voice, I love this world. It is so good. Just so atmospheric. I just love getting to journey down underwater. And the swimming controls of this game are pretty darn good. You just need to move your control stick in the way you want to move, and Ray and his friends will go with that direction. Of course, you do need to watch out and get them to turn in order to truly get where you need to go, but for the most part, the swimming controls in this game are real good. Ooh, I see that coin. Let's go grab this. So around here, we also got to worry about these jellyfish. So obviously, if we touch these guys, they are going to hurt. And since they are electrified, we are unable to damage them. So don't even bother. Let's try to slip on by. Let's grab these guys while they're all red. At the very least, we got enough Lums in order to get all the Electoons in this level. Though we missed quite an awful lot, so I don't believe we're gonna get the medal for this stage. Just crash that guy away, and then just catapult that bomb into those guys to finish them off. Very nice. And that takes care of the first level here in the Sea of Serendipity. Yeah, we got enough for the Electoons. That's good. Like I said, I'm not too worried about getting the medals. It's mainly the Electoons that I want to get during this playthrough, since they are necessary for unlocking more levels. And if we're going to want to see everything we can do in this game, we got to get a lot of these guys. At some point, I might want to actually take on the time trials, because that could be useful for getting some more Electoons. So we unlocked a new character, the Snoring Tree. So I believe that's just another teensy. So we're going to move on to Swimming with Stars. Would any of these stars be named Patrick, I wonder? Let's quickly grab a heart here. And let's dive on down. It's got some more water to see. So over here we got some more threats that we gotta watch out for, along with that. Don't really know what to call that. It's kind of like an eel. Yeah, we got these big, spiky guys we gotta deal with. If you strike the bulb at their base, you're able to cause them to retreat into themselves, which can be very nice for dispatching of those guys and making it easier to traverse these underwater areas. There's no reason for us to deal with those guys, so let's just keep heading down. Now, I know for a lot of people, like, underwater settings can be a little unnerving for them. So I definitely know quite a few YouTubers that have some issues with exploring underwater areas. But for me personally, I really love these kind of settings. I've just always had a fascination with the ocean and all the various things that are inside of it. So I've always enjoyed underwater levels as well, and this is no exception. I really, really love the Sea of Serendipity. Alright, so this area has got quite a lot of different things here to grab. And now that we're heading deeper into the water, you can hear the music getting a lot more ominous sounding. Just, God, the sound direction of this game is so good, especially in these stages. It's amazing. So we just very carefully creep over here. Can knock that guy down so we can grab the goodies. And let's slip on past this guy to grab some more Lums. Alright, we also got these to worry about. Let's knock those guys down to grab these. Then we can slip on past over here to grab a coin. Very good. So I believe we got everything we need on the upper level. So we'll just dive deeper into the abyss. Gotta very carefully maneuver to grab that coin. Whew! That was tight. Yeah, the atmosphere here is definitely getting a bit more menacing and claustrophobic compared to the jolly vibes from the upper levels. Really goes to show what masters of their craft the team of this game was at just constructing the settings and making everything feel so magical. Like, this is a very intimidating sounding music here that just really fits the vibe of these dark underwater trenches so perfectly. Just, I really love these kind of games, especially with what this team was able to come up with. And believe me when I say the next game in the Rayman series is even better than this. It's gonna be a while before we eventually jump into Legends, but trust me, it is a good one. Alright, so this portion, we are down here very, very deep into the darkness here. So around here we got these shadowy hands that are going to try and reach out for you. But as long as we got these glowing plankton around us, we don't have to worry about them grabbing us. So just make sure you have these guys around and you should be good. Just gotta be real careful when going through here. It's really tight. Also want to be sure to check all the walls in case there's any secrets you can find down here. So there's definitely going to be a lot. Yeah, this is definitely an area that just really makes me a little anxious to explore. I'm not even afraid of deep water myself. But yeah, this is some very unnerving... God. It's got a secret over here. Let's go grab some more Electoons. Now this reminds me a lot of this one ice area we were at before in Gourmandland. Just want to break through these blocks here. Be very careful of the TNT, as well as the falling iron crates. But by bashing all those guys, we're able to get ourselves another Electoon. Man, that's only the first one we were able to get in this stage. We still have so much to do. Alright, so anything over here? We can't get at it from that angle. And yeah, looks like we're not going to be able to handle those guys. So I think we're good just to go forward. Now over here, we got these fish with the lights that we need to use to navigate this area. Got this big anglerfish here that we want to follow close by in order to avoid getting hit. And I actually didn't think that that thing would actually hurt us. I mean, it had spines, but still, it's a beneficial thing that we needed in order to navigate this area, so I didn't think we would actually get hurt. Ow! Okay, that's unfortunate. Alright, so gotta be careful while we're around this guy. Now I know. Just very carefully get over here. Ow. Alright, I definitely like this music here where we got the... just the voices coming back. Give a nice acapella feel to this area. Just quickly grab as many of these guys while they're still red. So there's a secret up here. Get another coin. Alright, gotta be very careful over here. Just made it over here. It's one of these. Okay, we can knock these guys down, but that doesn't really unlock anything for us. God, I just saw I got an alert from Scotiabank, and yeah, that certainly startled me, but it's nothing to really concern ourselves with. Alright, so we gotta carefully slip in to get this coin. Yeah, these areas gets really tight with the enemies here and the different hazards. So we're able to knock those guys out. Quickly grab some of these. Is there anything else we can grab around here? I don't believe so. Also, it's dark, 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 dark! I don't want to be in the dark. Just want to quickly check over here again. So I don't suspect... Yeah, I don't think there's anything else over there we gotta worry about. And if there is, we can always replay this stage to get what we need. Aw, the nice music is gone again. So gotta be very careful around here. Please don't grab me, monsters. As long as you stay in the areas where the bulb fish are swimming, you should be good. Just want to make absolutely sure we're not missing anything over here. Ow! Alright, we got the anglerfish to follow. Just get over here, grab what we need, and go. Let's quickly zip back over here. And I believe we got ourselves a secret down here. Ooh. Alright, these should be the last of the Electoons we need. Alright. So those fish are going to balloon up and just go full pufferfish on us. Gotta be careful when going through here. Especially because we got this eel that's chasing us. So I think that eel is programmed to follow your movement, so you gotta be quick about this. At least we're able to get a good amount of lums just by smacking the fish, too. Oh yeah, we definitely have more than enough lums at this point to get what we need. Very good. So with that, we should be good to head to the end of this area now. Once we get Mr. Angler over here. Which on that point, I see it done in media a lot, where they have, like, anglerfish characters that are clearly male, despite the fact that the anglerfish that we all know with the big lights on their head are exclusively female. The males look nothing like that. Kind of an interesting trend I see in a lot of media. And this game is no exception. Man, we did a really good run of this level, which is pretty impressive given how stressful it was having to navigate through all those tight spaces and deal with all sorts of dangers down here in the briny deep. Woo! But with that, we got ourselves a medal. Very good. Again, I'm not too worried about getting the medals in this game, but it's always nice to grab them. And we unlocked a new character, it seems. That was very quick. How about we check on the tree and see what we got at the moment? Alright, so it seems we unlocked another King Teensy and what seems to be a Karate Teensy. And then this next guy, well, he is a sight for sore eyes. So we're gonna need 85 Electoons to get to the next treasure. We'll definitely grab that pretty soon. So let's head to Freaking Flipper. Interesting name for a level here. So once more, we are diving underwater. I mean, it's what we could expect from an area called the Sea of Serendipity. We can just slip into this crack down here to grab ourselves a free coin. And I think that's everything we need in the starting area. Okay, so let's head over and see what else we can grab. Oh, I love the vibes of this place so much. Oh, we got a big stonefish. It's gonna be down there that we gotta worry about. And then we also got that guy. He's got some swordfish that will come at us from the walls that we gotta deal with. Definitely want to watch out for these guys. As we're still getting a lot of new threats we gotta deal with in all these underwater stages. At least we can get some good lums by dispatching of these foes. There's some more rock guys we gotta worry about. I'm actually curious if there's something back here. Yup. We can just deal with that. And here we got ourselves a lot of fish we got to worry about since they'll be chasing us. So yeah, this one's gonna be a bit tricky to deal with, but it should be good. Oh, dive, dive! Go up! Ow! Ray, come on! That should not have given us that much trouble there. Come on. It's always these spots where we need to... Well, I guess we don't need to worry too much about dispatching with the enemies, since these guys will just do it for us. But we are gonna miss out on getting the lums that they have if we just let the fish dispatch them. So yeah, I would recommend taking these guys out just to grab the lums, and then just try to get away from the... Come on! It should not be that tough! Fine, we'll leave you, whatever. Wow, really? Come on! This part should not be this challenging. What is up here? Okay. Come on! Ugh. So, while we are just bashing our head in against this challenge repeatedly, I thought I could talk a little bit about what's been going on lately. So I'm currently on a little break from work, and I've actually had a pretty nice time so far today. Managed to get... Wow. Come on. Get down here, you. I don't think I've ever seen a failure this bad before. Come on. I don't want to think I just soft-locked myself. Come on. Oh my god. There's no hazards down here for me to... Wait, I can just wall jump to get this guy. Ow. There we go. That was unnecessarily bizarre. But yeah, like I said, I have a day off from work for the next 2 days. And I decided to spend today just treating myself, by heading downtown and I grabbed myself a burrito for lunch. And then I grabbed some ice cream afterwards, and that was very nice. It's always nice to treat yourself after a long period of working, which I really wasn't working that hard the last couple of days. Oh, come on. But I was pretty busy last week, so, you know, really wanted to... Oh, really? Okay, looks like my controller ran out of batteries. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay. Of course I put the batteries in reverse the first time. But it's alright, I got them back in, so we should be good here. This feels so good to be back in control of my limbless body again. Alright, guess it shouldn't be too much of a surprise that my battery died, considering that I have been playing a lot of Hollow Knight as well as Bloodstained Ritual of the Night the last couple of days, so yeah, that makes sense at the very least. What do we have over here? Grab those guys up here. So yeah, seems that we got some... Oh, come on. Alright, I don't want to miss out on getting coins and shit. So find an area where we can just terminate ourselves. You! Thank you, sir. So yeah, we got ourselves the sunken remains of a pirate ship we get to explore now. It's very cool they're introducing all these different set pieces for us to explore in an underwater setting. Definitely very cool. Alright, so we want to hit the TNT, to explode that, and then very quickly grab the coin before it crushes it. Very good. And I don't think there's anything left to do over there. So we've got to very quickly grab the King Lum there. Grab all of these guys. Oh, they're still red. Very good. Ooh, we got the beautiful music again. So over here we got some... We got ourselves some high current areas that we now need to go through. And we also got the spiky things that we gotta worry about. So... yeah, this area is going to be fun to go through. Very carefully grab this coin. There's nothing we need on the right side. Just slip over here now. There's nothing over there we need to worry about, so we'll head over this way. I wonder if there's a secret over here. Really? No? That seemed like a perfect area to put a secret behind that guy. Oh well. So let's move over here. And we can grab ourselves another secret area. Ah! Just smash our way straight through all of that. That was pretty cool, if a bit brief compared to some of the other secrets we've been through. Hello there, Mr. King. Grab these guys. I think there's one more in this circle we can grab. Very good. So got these black vines we gotta deal with now that are going to... Ow! You mean little dark tune. Alright, we grabbed most of those guys while they were red, so we should be good. Ow! Come on. Alright, we got this coin down here. Be very careful to not get chomped. We can grab these guys. Woo! Definitely want to be careful here so not to get hit by anything that will be bad. And break those down. Ow! Come on! It's gonna send us back to the start over here. Alright, so while we're just trying to backtrack here, something that I feel like would be good mentioning. Yeah, like I said before, I've been playing some Hollow Knight as well as Bloodstained pretty recently, because obviously the main reason I wanted to play them recently is because I have the intention of streaming them on this channel at some point in the future. Should be a little while before we get started on some of those games, but I have a good... Oh, come on. I suppose that was my fault. Want to see if there was a secret we could grab there. Obviously, that didn't pan out. But yeah, it's been pretty good visiting those games, and revisiting in the case of Hollow Knight. So I've specifically been trying to gather notes for when I eventually get around to streaming Hollow Knight. And I have a pretty good idea on the route that I plan on going through in that game when it comes to, like, progressing for the different areas. So that'll be fun to eventually get around to doing. Very careful! Oh, come on! This area should not be this challenging to do, but somehow I'm just failing over here. Like I said, this game can be pretty tough at points, but these have been some pretty amateurish depths at the moment. Especially against some of the threats around here. There you are, Your Majesty. Oh, come on. Oh! Why am I struggling so hard at this specific part? Yeah, it's definitely been pretty nice to be revisiting some games that I plan on eventually doing on this channel. I feel like we could have a very fun time of that. The case of Bloodstained, I'm definitely going to need a bit more time with it, as I had previously played Circle of the Moon quite a bit in the past, but I've only just started playing Ritual of the Night. Now, that game is definitely real good, but I'm gonna need some more time with it just to be a bit more familiar. It's been an interesting first play for that game. Alright, want to stay up high to grab these guys. That's what I kept failing at this part. Just killing myself repeatedly over the simplest shit. So on ahead down here. And I think that's everything we need to worry about over there. Alright, that should take care of all those guys. And we got more than enough Lums to get all the Electoons in this stage. Ah, that's good. In terms of other stuff I've been doing recently, I've also been jumping back into Animal Crossing New Horizons because I want to try and finish up the museum. And so far I haven't managed to get any of the new artwork I need, since I'm pretty sure I'm just missing 2 pieces of art I still need to get. But there have been a few interesting developments. Like, one of my recent villagers moved away, but I got another new villager pretty recently who is pretty cool. So I got a dog named Maddie on my island now, and I am very happy to have her because she is pretty cute. But anyway, it's time for us to move on to our next treasure stage. Pirate's Treasure, specifically. So this one is going to be very interesting. Got ourselves another chest to chase. This one is going to be pretty rough. So got ourselves this pirate ship we got to chase after, as the chest is currently on it. And we also got to worry about the fish down there. If you fall into the water, the fish will chomp you, and that is going to be no bueno. Alright, but now we managed to get underwater. So now we gotta chase this guy all throughout all the hazards, get past all the nasty fish, all the spiky hazards. And if we are quick at this, we should be good. Ow. It's a good thing I had a spare heart. There you are! Woo! First try! Very good! And with that, we got ourselves another skull tooth. We still got quite more to get before we can unlock the big reward at the end of this game. But for now, let us move on. Bad Bubbles and Beyond. So now we got ourselves a chance to help out Anetta, now that we managed to accumulate enough Electoons here. Way to go! You saved enough Electoons to repair the path and reach a new world at last! Well, I guess we're gonna miss out on that guy. Sure. So we've got these guys all over the water here, compared to some of the other areas where they were serving as platforms. But over here, yeah, Electoons aren't going to be all that helpful. Yeah, they're mostly going to be serving as obstacles around here. So not exactly the best. Just try to grab as many of these we can get. Alright, managed to get all those. So over here, we got ourselves a big crab. It's gotta strike you right in the center. And then we can free these guys. Alright, I hope we got enough this time. Got a good amount of these guys. Yeah, we got more than enough to get all the Electoons in this level. Good. And that takes care of another level. And you can probably guess what we're going to be seeing in just a bit after dealing with that. So it's time for another flight stage. Fire when wetty. Ah, I love these puns. Alright, Mosquito, let us dive underwater. So we'll definitely expect to see quite a few things around here we gotta watch out for. Definitely want to strike the fish and shoot at those bulbs whenever you have the chance, as those will free up a lot of space for you to be able to get at various things down here. And we can even dispatch with the jellyfish now that we have our buddy Mr. Mosquito here. Very good. Definitely want to make use of him as much as we can. It's pretty interesting having an underwater shooter section here. Alright, we're definitely not grabbing those guys. It's a bit too late on the draw with that. Excuse me, sir, please. What can we do with you? Slip under here and just barely managed to get you. Ow. Alright, gonna miss out on that fish there, but we should be good. We've got a good amount of Lums here. But we're gonna need a lot more before we're at the end of this stage. So, being in an underwater area reminded me pretty recently of one of the things that I've been watching recently. So, a streamer I follow named Penny Parker has been playing through the Legend of Zelda games pretty recently. And she just recently started her playthrough of The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, which I'm very excited to see for numerous reasons. Mainly just, I'm a big Wind Waker fan, and it's quite nice to get to see her experiencing a game that I have a lot of love for. And yeah, her first session of the game was pretty nice. Even having to go through, you know, the Forsaken Fortress portion of the game, which as we all know, isn't the best. But she was able to get through that, and very excited to see what she's going to be doing now that she's on Dragon Roost Island. So I'm very excited for her next session. Should be a fun time getting to see that. And in terms of other streams I've been watching, so one of my friends, Pokemon Master Wheeler, has been streaming Paper Mario the last couple of months, and she's already at the final chapter of the game, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing her go through that. It's definitely been very fun watching her play through, and yeah, I'm just really excited for that. Real careful with these eels around here. They're just gonna try and bottleneck us as we're going through these currents. Alright, we're able to grab a large amount of those. It's pretty nice that you can ricochet your shots off the bodies of the eels. That's a nice way to be able to get some of the enemies around here. I think we are Getting pretty close to the end here, especially with our Lum total. But we managed to make our way through the seas and find ourselves into a new stormy area. Let's crack open this box and get our rewards inside. Oh yeah, we got more than enough to perfect this stage. Look at that. So good. I guess something else I could mention with myself is very recently I've started to upload the VODs from when I played Stardew Valley over on my Twitch channel over here to YouTube. And I'm going to be very happy once we manage to get through that. But we're going to have to say discussion on that game for a bit later, because we have just finished up the Sea of Serendipity. Yeah, we didn't even miss any of the Electoons this time. We had a pretty good run of that world. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites in the game. I just really love the ocean aesthetic it has going on, and it's so amazing. And we managed to unlock the next area of the game that we'll be seeing, the Mystical Peak. However, we're going to be tackling that area in the next session, after we give this guy his tooth. Look at you, buddy. You almost got half a mouth now. But yeah, now that we've taken care of the Sea and Serendipity, I feel like this is a good stopping point for this session. So we'll be heading off to the Mystic Peak pretty soon. And who knows what we can expect to see over there. Should be an interesting time. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon for our next stream as we head off to the next world. Until next time, have a good day and take care.